Hello everyone, welcome back to Channel Dad Bryon Lape Reads. And here we have something from GetPocket.com that has nothing to do with pop culture. This is more about you and your life and improving yourself. So how to make your anxiety work for you instead of against you. Anxiety is energy, and you can strike the right balance if you know what to look for. So this is from Stephanie Vozza. While some cases of anxiety are serious enough to require medical treatment, everyday anxiety is a fact of life and can actually be helpful, says psychologist Bob Rosen, author of Conscious, the Power of Awareness in Business and Life. How we use it makes all the difference. Yeah, absolutely. As the world gets faster and more uncertain, it's easier to let anxiety overwhelm you. People get hijacked by their reptilian brain survival instincts. There's that reptilian brain nonsense again. On the flip side, denying or running from anxiety causes you to become complacent. You can use anxiety in a positive way and turn it into a powerful force for your life to strike balance. The first hurdle is to get over. I moved around the verb there, and it would help if I actually read the sentence. Through a negative lens, you see anxiety as something to fear and avoid. And that's true. Oh, I'm so anxious. This is part of that, take a deep breath, kind of, relax and look at your situation in a slightly different light. That thinking is self-defeating and makes it worse. Absolutely. In a sense, we need to see anxiety as a wake-up call, a message inside our mind telling us to pay attention. And then let's do something positive, creative, not destructive. We need to accept it as a natural part of human experience. Another problem is our faulty thinking around change, says Rosen. For centuries, it was used as dangerous or life-threatening, but stability is an illusion. That is for sure. And uncertainty is reality. Right now, my goodness, everything is just going crazy right now. Uncertainty makes you anxious and vulnerable, and anxiety leads you to worry or run away because you're out of control of your life. Yeah. Absolutely. This is the whole hide in the sand lockdown nonsense. This is just creating anxiety. It's not really helping anybody. It's actually creating more health problems than it's solving. People often move back and forth between too much, just enough, and too little. Anxiety is contagious, says Rosen. We communicate our level of anxiety to others because we're connected to each other. Studies show that your blood pressure can go up when you deal with a manager who is disrespectful, unfair, or overly anxious. People are hijacked more and more because of too much anxiety. Anxiety is energy. We can strike. So, okay, too much anxiety. Some people naturally have too much anxiety, and that's a problem. Change jobs. There are the powerful who need to be right, powerful, and in control. There are people who need to be God. They orchestrate everything around them and are mistrustful or suspicious. They're scared of inadequacy, failure, being insignificant, and being taken advantage of. You have too much anxiety, yeah. And I know some people like this. It's like they got to control everything. It's like, can you just give up one little thing? It's a difference between what many times you have to. If people they believe they need to control everything, if they can communicate a vision that others continue to show they know how to actually come up, create, then they can start giving up some stuff, and then they'll have a little less anxiety. Too little isn't good either. You put your head in the sand and in the face of change. Yep, this is what's going on right now all over the world, although it's on purpose. You don't want to take risks. You value status quo and live in a bubble. This is the whole lockdown nonsense. This is why now they're starting to show that it doesn't work medically, and it's really bad psychologically. You have too little anxiety if you're too idealistic and cautious. Detaching, although that can, there are times I'm the opposite, where I'm too cautious, and it's not, I'm over anxious. The world is changing faster than our ability to adapt. We need to learn new things and can't stay complacent for long. That's for sure. So good anxiety, living with the right amount of anxiety provides just enough tension to drive. This is kind of that. And this is also where I think where procrastination comes in, where if you're used to having high anxiety to get you to move, you're going to procrastinate until that anxiety level gets high enough that you're going to move. And the idea is to get started a little bit earlier. Now, I understand there's a lot of energy and stuff that can happen in procrastination, but you don't want to have everything be procrastinating. It's productive and so causes you to resist, give up, or try to control what happens. It's productive energy. First step is getting comfortable being uncomfortable. A lot of people think that their life goal is to be happy, but it's not, says Rosen. The goal is to live a full life, and sometimes we have good days and sometimes we have bad days. Yep. Develop the skill of being uncomfortable. This is in a lot of Christians think, I come to Christ and everything's going to be rosy. You need to read the New Testament again. Listen to your body. It speaks to you, says Rosen, whether it's a stomach pain or heart palpitation or a stiff neck or back. Yep, those are the ways the body tells you, hey, you're anxious about something. This is where exercise can really, really help you get the endorphins going. You turn that anxiety into endorphins in your body. You feel energized and ready to go. Ask yourself why you're anxious. Is it because you're excited? How you interpret anxiety can be good or bad. If you're about to give a speech, for example, anxiety is good. Use that energy and get out there and just nail it, right? Just really go out there and instead of trying to avoid it. Understand if you're not anxious, you're probably not going to give a good speech. That's true. It is amazing how many actors and even public speakers will say they're really anxious, right? Some people get sick and everything. They walk out on stage and bam, that anxiety immediately translates into positive energy for their speech. When you have too much anxiety, it's often because you're telling yourself a story. For example, if I didn't do a good job, I'll be fired. My boss hates me. Again, yep. And sometimes that's true. And if it is true, then you need to find a new job. But often the event that causes anxiety is the story we tell ourselves about it, not what actually is going on. When this happens, take a long walk or breathe deeply if you have too much anxiety. Meditation is a force that helps you live in the present moment. When you meditate, you get a better sense of how your body and mind, because part of it is listening, especially meditating when it's quiet. You can listen to the birds singing and the wind blowing and listen to your own heartbeat and kind of just relax and let go of things. Deep breathing creates a direct connection between your breath and reducing stress. Let it out. Exhale. All change happens in the gap between our current reality and the desired future, says Rosen. We have a problem we want to solve or have a goal we want to accomplish, and the gap sits our motivation, our engagement, and our anxiety. Anxiety is the energy that moves us across the gap. We need to have enough energy to change. You can't change or transform yourself unless you allow yourself to feel uncomfortable saying, yes, yeah. Just enough, and that's the thing. Don't get addicted to that high endorphin, push when you're just so anxious and you have to do something. Procrastination for me, it's a great example. But use it to just keep going. Understand, hey, I've got a goal and move towards. So I like this article. It's nice, short, has some good points in there. I'll put the link to this article in the description below. But what do you think? Do you have some anxiety? You have ways of getting rid of anxiety, letting go, rituals or things that you do? Just share those comments and let us know. Thank you very much and goodbye. Yep, Ken, is that good? 3, 2, 1.